Based off popular demand, I am back with a tutorial on how I went about making these wine glass tags. They are very inexpensive to make and super cute to dress up any event you are making these for. These could be made to make sure your guests don't mix up their drinks, and also you can use them as seating assignments. So let me show you exactly how you're going to go about making these with your Cricut. Now, if you're someone that has Design Space access, you can just start in there, but I choose to design in Canva. So right now I want to create a design and I want to do the measurements of the base of my wine glass. The diameter of mine was 3 inches, so I'm going to put 3 by 3 in for right now. Sizing might be a little different, so just input what you have. Now, the first thing I want to do when I have my blank canvas is go to the left-hand side where the Elements tab is. Depending on what shape you're looking to make for these, go ahead and type that in and then open up your graphics. As you guys saw from my demonstration, I went with this wavy circle look, so I'm going to choose this element right here. Since I'm going to be cutting this out of cardstock paper, color does not matter when it comes to this. You just want to focus on the shape. As soon as I click on the element that I want, it should drop right into my canvas, and I want to stretch it out so it is the full size of this. When we were sizing out our canvas, I told you to put the size of your wine glass base, so that is what we're trying to match right now. Now that we have our main shape, I want to make the center part that's going to fit around the stem of the wine glass. And honestly, I thought it'd be super cute if it was the same exact shape. So that little double icon that I just hit is the duplicate button. I'm going to take that second shape that it just made for me, and I'm going to scale it down. Now I want to make sure it's perfectly in the center, but it's kind of hard to tell, so I'm just changing this to white. As I try to size this down, I want to make it about 1/2 inch. Again, your measurements might be a little different, but try to measure the stem of your wine glass where the widest part is. If you're a perfectionist like me, go to the top toolbar where the position button is, and then you're able to adjust your size accordingly. And as you see, when I click and drag, it will show me exactly when it's in the center. Also, if you want to make sure it's completely in the center, there is the align to page in this tab, and you can just make sure the middle and center are grayed out. Now that we got our shape all sorted out, I want to go ahead and save this out. Top right, you're going to see the share button. You want to click that, then hit download. In the next window, make sure you have it selected as a PNG, slide that resolution toggle all the way right, and then click off transparent background. If you're not a Canva Pro member and you can't save with transparent background, do not worry. I'm going to show you exactly what you're going to do in Design Space. Once your image is done downloading, we want to go over to Design Space and set this all up. So grab yourself a new blank canvas, and over in the left-hand tab, we are going to click Upload. Select Upload Image, and then you want to locate the file that we just saved out. Once you have your preview and everything looks good, hit Continue. Now in the background remover button, I want to get rid of that center space so I have a cutout for my shape. So all I'm doing with that manual select button is clicking the center. If you're someone that wasn't a Canva Pro member and couldn't save with transparent background, this is when you select the background to have it removed. Then with Convert Upload To, we want a single layer because all we want is the shape. We're not doing a print and cut. Now that you made all the selections for your image and it's now in your canvas, we want to go to the edit tool and we want to scale this down. Because we wanted a high resolution image, it is going to come out way too big. In the top toolbar, you see I hit edit and then it brings up this window. In here, you'll be able to make some of your finer adjustments like your size. And as you guys know before, I'm just changing this again to the base of my wine glass, which is 3 inches. Make sure that lock icon is showing that it's locked because that means it will just stay proportionate. Now that I have this size correctly and it's on basic cut, I want to do more of the finer details. As you guys saw, I made this more of a burgundy color, so I just want to envision this. It's not necessary to do this, but I like to just picture what this is all going to look like in the end. Now that I have my color, I want to add the text for the names. So in the left-hand toolbar, you see I selected the text and I'm just typing out my name. And of course, I am absolutely not feeling this font, so I'm going to change it up to this one. Beginning, you guys saw that I had this nicely arched and scaled in, so I'm just sizing this as I see fit. Now before I do anything, I need to change some of these details so I can actually see my text. In the top operations selection, I am changing this off basic cut to pen. And then the box to the right of it is where I can select the finer details based off what writing utensil I'm going to be using. So this is the closest I'm going to get to my jelly roll selection, so I'm going to leave it at this. But honestly, it doesn't go down as thick as it's showing, so I'm alright with this right now. Now again, I'm going over to my edit toolbar and I want to set that curve so it arches just like the circle is doing. Again, depending on your sizing, you're going to have to play with this a little until you like the look of it. Now unfortunately, when I arch this, my letters are kind of separating, so what I need to do is I need to pull them together a little bit. So under font tools, I'm going to select this letter spacing and I'm going to bring it down to the negatives until I like the way that my letters are spaced. I want it to actually look like they're together and not floating on their own like they just did. And then of course the perfectionist in me wanted to scale this up a little until I like the look of it. Just remember when you're doing this first one, it is the template for the rest of them, so you want to be happy with how this looks overall. Now the last thing we need to do is make the slit so we can actually hang this onto our wine stem. So clicking on the shapes button in the left hand tab, I'm going to select a square and I'm going to make the width 0.05. I have done these a few times now and I just like the look of this sizing, so I'm going to stick with it. And what I want to do is position it so it's touching the inside of the circle to the outside. Make sure these are perfectly aligned and have both those layers selected. Go to edit and then hit align. Once that toolbar drops down, you want to make sure it's centered horizontally. Once you click that, you're ready to slice these out. Select both those layers again. Make sure you're not grabbing the text layer. You don't want that selected in this. In your right hand layer panel, you'll see both of them are green, and then you want to make sure you click that slice button at the bottom. You're going to get a bunch of slice results, and we need to remove some of them until we see that there is a slit in the middle. And there you have it. You just made a slice in that wavy circle, which means you will now be able to hook this onto your wine glass. To finish this off, what you need to do is select those two layers and you need to attach them. You don't want to flatten, you don't want to group them, you want to attach. Now you are able to create however many you need just by duplicating it and changing the names out. You did the hard work at the beginning by making this guide, so now it's all easy work from here. When you're done duplicating as many as you need, you can go to the top right and click the make button. Chances are you're probably making more than this and will probably have more than one page, but this is what mine looks like at the moment. Depending on the size of the cardstock you're going to use, make sure you change the material size, and you are good to load up your cardstock, put it through your Cricut, load in whatever writing utensil you plan on using. I do have a pen adapter so I can use my jelly roll. So if you do plan on using a non-Cricut utensil, make sure you look into a pen adapter. And after your Cricut has gone through writing and cutting at the same time, you should be left with something as simple and as elegant as this. These are super easy to dress up for any event, so make sure you give this video a save so you can give this a try.